Hi, this is Matteo from Connecting Software, and today I'm going to show you how it's possible to connect ConnectBridge to Power Automate using the custom connector that we've built. This guide will be from start to finish. I'm going to show you how to set up an environment. I'm going to show you how to download Microsoft on-premises data gateway. I'm going to show you how to configure it, how to add the connector within Power Automate, and then we're going to run a simple query to ensure that everything is working as intended. Before we begin, this video already assumes that you've got an on-premises installation of ConnectBridge with a license for the connectors that you plan to use. So let's begin, shall we? We're going to start off by going to the Power Platform Admin Center. From here, we're going to click on Environments. We can see that there are currently no environments, so we're going to create one. You can choose whatever name you want, it's not important. Everything else stays the same. Pay close attention to your region, as this will be important later. I'm going to change this to a developer environment just for the sake of this demonstration, but obviously you should choose the environment that's suitable for your needs. Click Next and then Save. Okay, while that's going, we're going to move on to Microsoft's on-premises data gateway. You can download this directly from Microsoft itself. The link will be in the description. Before installing the on-premises data gateway, it is important to know that best practice is to install the gateway on the same server where ConnectBridge is also installed, or at the very least, the two servers where ConnectBridge and the gateway are installed, if they are on different machines, must be able to communicate with one another. Once that's finished downloading, we're ready to install it. I'm just going to accept the terms of use and click Install. Once that is done installing, we're ready to sign in. Now bear in mind, you're going to have to sign in with the same account that's going to be using Power Automate, or else your data gateway will not show up. So I'm going to go ahead and paste in my details here, then click sign in. Just continue signing into the account, enter the password. Once we reach the screen, we're going to register a new gateway on this computer and then click next. This is where you can enter any name you want. For this example, I'm going to enter Power Automate Dev, enter a recovery key, and then click configure. Cool. Once that's done, we can see that the gateway is now online and ready to be used. Very important. Make sure that your region here on your on-premises data gateway matches that of the one that you set in your environment. So my environment was set to the United States and this one says US West. That's perfectly fine because if they are in two different regions, it's not going to show up within Power Automate. So ensure that they are in the same region. If you find that your on-premises data gateway is not appearing within Power Automate, this is one of the most likely reasons, so make sure that they match. Cool, from there we can close this and we're ready to head into Power Automate. Now once we're in Power Automate, we're going to switch to the environment that we've just created. There it is, Power Automate Dev. And if we've done everything correctly, as soon as it loads, we can go check on the gateways. And if everything was done perfectly right, we should see our gateway appear. And there it is, great. If we just look at the details of it, we can see that it's online. Excellent. Now that we've confirmed that that's working, we're ready to add the custom connector. So we're going to click on Custom Connectors, click New Custom Connector, and from here we're going to click the Import from GitHub option. We're going to get our connector directly from Microsoft's GitHub themselves. From here we're going to click the Certified Connector type, we're going to choose the Dev branch, and from here we can look for ConnectBridge. There it is. Okay, now we can continue. From here you can upload a photo if you want, an icon. I'm going to do that. And this is very important. We need to check the Connect via on-premises data gateway box. It's not ticked by default, so we need to ensure that it is ticked when we set this up. If we go through all of this, nothing needs to be changed. We can just create the connector. Cool. Once the connector has been created, we can close out of this menu. From here, we're going to set up the connection to ConnectBridge. So we're going to click Connections. We're going to create a new connection. And from the top right, we're going to search for ConnectBridge, which we've just added. We're going to add this. Authentication type you can leave blank. And then under Choose Gateway, we're going to choose the gateway that we've created. Okay, perfect. And that concludes the setup. We're now ready to start testing whether our connection works or not. So we're going to go to My Flows, click New Flow, an instant cloud flow for now. We're just going to manually trigger a flow. And from here, we're going to add a new action. We're going to click Runtime to Custom because that's the easiest way to find this. And under ConnectBridge, we can see that we have a few options. For now, we just want to create a connection. So we're going to choose that. We need to use all of the parameters here. The username and password are going to be the login credentials for your Connect bridge. Ideally, you should have changed these from the default ones, but in case you didn't, it is administrator in 1234. But if you have changed these details, it's best practice to store your details within an Azure Key Vault environment and return the keys here, just for maximum security. If you are using Azure Key Vault, it is highly recommended to secure both the inputs and the outputs in the settings of the action, as when we retrieve the key through Power Automate, the values could be visible in plain text throughout the flow. Account name. Now this account name needs to be the exact account name of the connector that you want to use on Connect Bridge. So in this scenario, I want to use the Salesforce connector. So I need to type in Salesforce exactly as it's seen within Connect Bridge. Under body and properties, we're going to add a new item. We're going to choose ACC, emulate, and put all of these to true. We're then going to add another item and do everything exactly the same, except choosing wrap instead of emulate. That should be everything we need to create a connection. So we're going to add another action. Again, go to custom, choose Connect Bridge, and here we want to execute a SQL query. Again, we're going to show all of the parameters, and here we're going to be using, ideally you will use 3 of them, but for now we're going to use 2. So the identifier of the connection, we're going to use the value from the previous create connection result. We're going to look for SQL and put that in. Under SQL statements, we're going to put a simple SQL statement here. What we generally should be doing is in the body adding a parameterized SQL query, just to prevent SQL injection and for maximum security. But for the sake of this demonstration, I'm going to keep it simple and just put a simple SQL statement. So I'm going to remove this and just paste my statement here. If this statement works in Connect Bridge, it will work here. So verify that your SQL statement works in Connect Bridge if you have an error in Power Automate. We're going to save the flow. Once it's done saving, we're going to test it. Let's manually trigger it. Click continue. Now we're going to check the flows page. We can see that it's running. Let's have a look. And it appears that our flow ran successfully. That's good. Let's have a look at our SQL query result and check the outputs. I did return exactly what my select query asked for. And now you've successfully integrated Connect Bridge into Power Automate. We hope that you found this video helpful. If you've got any questions, please feel free to reach out and we'll respond as soon as we can. Thanks for watching.